Hey loves, it's Chellbee. I'm the blogger behind Chellbee.com. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you hit the subscribe button and also like today's video. Today we're going to be continuing the conversation on being a young Christian's wife. This series has been so near and dear to me, and I love this conversation and dialogue we've been having back and forth. So you guys do not forget to leave comments below. I love hearing from you guys as far as what you think of the video and what your thoughts were on the scripture today. So today we're going to be pulling from 1 Corinthians 7:12. And this is going to be the fourth, I believe, video from this series. And it's actually going to be focused on intimacy, which I never thought I would be reading in the Bible or talking about intimacy and faith together. Like, what? That just doesn't sound likely, but it goes hand in hand. And yeah, so let's just hop right into the video. So it's actually going to be 1 Corinthians 7:2. But because of the temptation to sexual immorality, each man should have his own wife and each woman her own husband. So definitely make sure you check out the description box. There will be a link to a blog post that goes with today's video. It's going to summarize today's video, but it'll also link you to the full blog post where I talk in more detail about this subject. I've gone into really long details on this being a Christian wife series, and all of the blog posts are great. I love them. They're dear to my heart, and they're very detailed. So there may be some things that I don't say today, and it'll be because I know that I've already expounded upon them in great details on the blog post. So make sure you check the description box so that you can see the fullness of this topic. So for today, I really just want to talk about the 4 main takeaways that I took from this verse in particular. And so one of the main things that you know, we hear and we talk about a lot, especially society-wise and like when it comes to worldly views, is using sex as a weapon. And I think this verse really speaks to the importance in marriage of not using sex as a weapon. That sex is not, it's not a tool for us to use, you know, to leverage power over our significant other, or to, you know, get our way or to torture or, you know, punish one another for whatever is going on in the relationship. The best thing that we can do when it comes to sex and intimacy in our marriage is to really give it openly and freely and not withhold it to get something or to one up or to win or whatever. Like, it's not for all that. It's not a weapon. It's something that is a natural human need and desire. And so one of the things that this verse in particular speaks to is the importance of understanding that by withholding intimacy from your significant other, you lend and kind of open your marriage to sexual immorality. Because if that need is not being fulfilled at home, then the likeliness of your significant other going out and getting it somewhere else, you know, it goes up. And I don't think that it's excusing your significant other at all. Like, it's not excusing anyone from cheating, but it's just saying that sex is not something, and intimacy is not something that you use to leverage in your marriage. You know, it's something that you're supposed to give freely to one another. It's something that you want to fulfill, you know, one another's intimacy needs. And of course, we're not just talking about sex. Intimacy is more than sex in a marriage. And if you're married, you know that. You very well know that. But of course, sex, yeah, it is a part of intimacy. And I love that the verse says our bodies now belong to one another. So his body is now yours and your body is now his. And, you know, you prioritize intimacy in your relationship because it is important. It's natural for us to need and desire that. And so making that a priority and something that's important and sacred within your marriage is definitely something that is a part of our roles as wives and a part of our husbands' roles as husbands. And you'll definitely have to check out the blog post for more details on this, but one of the things that it also states throughout this 1 Corinthians 7 is how you should only withhold sex if it is in order for you to connect with the Lord or in order for you to fast. That's the only time it states where it's appropriate for you to withhold sex. And I never even knew that the Bible talked about sex in that manner, but it's very clear, very blatantly there. So that's definitely something. If you want to know more about that part, make sure you check out the blog posts because I talk in detail about that part. And then one of the last points that I took away from 1 Corinthians 7 was the importance of really showering your significant other, showering your husband with affection. And it also talks about how we should initiate intimacy with our partners, because it says that it's important for us to make them feel desired, and by initiating intimacy with our significant other, that shows our partners that we desire them. So that 1 Corinthians 7 is definitely one of those verses where you want to sit down and read it, take some time to really meditate on it and figure out how you can apply it within your marriage, because intimacy is important. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. It's a little weird to be talking about intimacy and sex, but it is important, so I didn't want to skip over this passage. If you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts, make sure you drop them in the comments box below so we can continue the conversation. And I can't wait to talk to you guys again next time. Bye!